Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews. Got a new background going. And Crisis Infinite Earths Part 1. I got some thoughts. First off, who the hell's the Anti-Monitor? It's fairly obvious he's the Monitor's opposite, but there was no mention of him in the previous episodes that led up to Crisis of Infinite Earths in any of the shows. Not Superman, not Batwoman, not Supergirl, rather. Not Batwoman, not Flash, not Arrow, and I'm guessing not Black Lightning, but I've never watched Black Lightning, so I wouldn't know. But for the shows that I did watch, he was not mentioned. So it's like, okay, what's going on? Poor start for the Crisis of Infinite Earths. Now, the objective review is basically, it's a substandard as the others. The first episode, decent start, but riddled with mistakes. There was continuity issues. There was very bad acting in certain areas. I mean, for a person who is in the middle of a crisis, you don't frickin' stop to admire the look of a batarang. I'm sorry, you just don't. It's like perfectly balanced. Carbon fiber. Focus! For Christ's sake, people! And at first I thought these shadow demons that come after the Monitor sets up a tower, at first I thought they looked like time wraiths, but thankfully they showed them a little bit closer up, where they got blue skin, so I'm like, okay, so they're Dead Kree or something? I don't know. But that's Marvel, not DC. There's just so many things that I don't follow the comics. There's just so many things that I have questions on with the whole Crisis of Infinite Earths. I love how they showed old Robin from Adam West universe, because he's older and he looks up in the sky as it becomes red. Holy crimson red, or holy crimson skies of death. And I'm like, epic, true to the fashion of that Robin. You got the reporter Knox from 1989's Batman, Michael Keaton's Batman, where the sky turns red. He looks up and he's like, big guy, I hope you're watching. And he's reading the paper that says Batman captures Joker. Of course, that wasn't really well done, because if they paid attention, well, that Joker's dead. So yeah, there's that mistake. I mean, there's just so many mistakes in Crisis for Infinite Earths. The 2046 Oliver Queen that the Legends of Tomorrow show covered. They go back there and, well, apparently it's a different Earth, but the Legends, Sarah Lance is like, so we didn't just go to 2046 time, our Earth, we went to a parallel Earth. And you'd think that she would recognize her. Well, no, it's a different Earth altogether. And, sorry, I had something in my mouth. Hair. And, you'd think that he would recognize her. Nope, different one. And so they do a little bit of explanation there, but they don't explain who the Anti-Monitor is, what he looks like, and whatnot. It's like, why can't you explain the bad guy of this show? You seriously think that he doesn't merit some sort of introduction or whatever? I mean, the dude is called the Anti-Monitor, so I'm guessing he probably looks like Mar-Novu. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a moviegoer reviewer. If you're telling a good story, you need to basically establish the characters. And they did not establish the Anti-Monitor. He's mentioned and everybody seems to know about him, but he's not shown. There's just so much wrong with Crisis of Infinite Earths. Is it entertaining to watch? Sure. it was entertaining to watch because it didn't have as much of an agenda-based bull crap in it. One or two little moments, but those could be overlooked because the bigger picture was focused on, even if it was a very flawed picture. Well, also, Earth 1 is going to have it's going to have 10 billion people. Now, I mean, because, well, let's face it, Earth 1 has, or all the Earths roughly have 7 billion people. Well, 3 billion made it out of Earth 38, Supergirl's universe, and that universe is now wiped from existence. So, good job, you're unifying all of the Earths. How are you going to feed 10 billion people? There's going to be questions, folks. Let's face it. 10 billion people on Earth, that's going to be that will possibly imbalance the resources of the planet. But yeah, that's just me going on a little scientific rant. Overall, the show was decent. The first part was decent. But it does have major flaws that should have been addressed, that could have been easily addressed and avoided and prevented with a little bit more storytelling. I mean, I know that your episodes can only be 42 minutes and some odd seconds, but you could have allowed an additional minute or two of dialogue to explain who the hell the Anti-Monitor is, what he looks like, and whatnot. I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll show him later on, but still, this could have been so better done. So objectively, I will give this a 2 out of 5. Because this was it wasn't good. The special effects could have been way better. Even by CW standards, it could have been better. The writing was atrocious. It's what you can expect from a CW, or from the CW Arrowverse. The acting, not bad for what a writer, or for what they have in the span of writing, or in the place of writing. I already covered special effects. The other stuff, cinematography, it was decent. The angles and whatnot, it really covered well. The camera work wasn't bad. It's just they could have done so many things different. I mean, if you're talking about a crisis of this magnitude, you're not going to have a main character go or get sidetracked by a batarang, for crying out loud. I mean, yes, it's true to his character, but still, you'd think he would overcome that flaw if he knew that this was a humongous universe-ending crisis. So, yes, objectively, it's 2 out of 5. Subjectively, I will give it a 3 out of 5. There was identity political moments in there, moments where she's like, I like your suit. If you let me take a look at it, I can give it an upgrade. Not if you value your hand. I'll take that upgrade now. And then later on, she's like, I'll take that upgrade now. Oh, let me see that. Or are you going to let me keep my appendages and whatnot? It's like, that's convoluted storytelling. I'm sorry, folks. In the midst of a crisis, you don't have time for that kind of cross wording. You don't have that time for dialogue like that. Anyway, showgoer, I'll give this a solid 4 out of 5. It was decent, but showgoer reviews are not for deconstructing. It's for entertainment value. I was entertained, but I could have been more entertained. I was kind of confused because they never talked about the Anti-Monitor until this episode. Anyway, folks, that is the video. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know what your thoughts are on the first episode of Crisis of Infinite Earths. I honestly thought there was going to be 2 episodes last night that streamed today on the app, but apparently there wasn't. There was only Supergirl, so Why not do Batwoman as well? Anyway, folks, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This has been Orange Hat Reviews. Let me know what you think about my little thingy up here. My little background. And this has been Orange Hat Reviews. Catch you all on the next one.